And hi everyone, all about the gyro here, and it's good to be back on YouTube after an extended time away. And this video came to be because of the experiences of those in the Camp Jingles Racing League, which is a new and growing racing league that Full Tilt Ultra Motorsport is a part of. I am driving in that series, and the first video of that series will be up on the YouTube channel in a few days. It's already up on the Twitch channel because it was streamed. And so I got asked by quite a few people, hey Gyro, are there any pointers to do endurance racing? And how appropriate that this week we're here at Petite Le Mans Week, the 10-hour classic around Road Atlanta. So this video is to help all of you to gather the basics of how to approach an endurance race. So here are my 5 principles that if you do those, you're going to be ahead of quite a few of your competitors. The first principle is a basic principle, but it's one that gets forgotten a lot by individuals, and that's the fact that make sure you eat and hydrate regularly. Endurance racing is hard, and trying to do a long distance race, especially if you're doing it as a 2-person team, you got to be very fit, you got to have good sleep, your electrolytes have to be where they need to be, and you're going to be working really, really hard. So food and hydration, definitely make sure you don't fall into the Kimmy situation where you don't have the drink. That leads into the second thing, and that's to make sure your driving space is comfortable. So as you see behind me, I have the big monitor, but I have been spending days with the new Rock Solid rig, which that's going to come in a different video, getting the ergonomics correct. So whether you race on a basic chair that has a desk clamp, or you have a very fancy rig like I have, or anywhere in between, one of the necessary steps for endurance racing is make sure your rig is comfortable. Make sure you tighten the bolts and screws and things thereof. Make sure your seating position is comfortable. Make sure your arms are in the place you want to have them, because once you get started, it's kind of hard to change them on the fly. And now what I'm going to talk about is the race itself. And for beginners, I think there are 3 big things in this group. The first thing is tires are your friends. When in doubt, change the tires. Your first goal is to get the car over the line. The classic adage of, to finish first, you must first finish, is very appropriate in endurance racing. Just have a look back a few years ago when the Toyota prototype at Le Mans, with less than 5 minutes on the clock, broke apart. That was less than $5 US, and they lost the 24 hours of Le Mans. Tires are your friends. I would not recommend double stinting unless you know the ramifications thereof. Now at Road Atlanta, because it's a clockwise circuit, you may go for the strategy of changing the left sides every time, but changing the right sides every other stop. That's not a bad strategy, and one you should consider. But the last 2 things are the biggies. And I can't overstate enough how important these concepts are. As in, if you forget everything else I say and remember these 2 concepts, you're going to do well in any endurance race. The fourth thing, drive your race. In long distance hiking community, i.e. those that hike the whole length of the Appalachian Trail or the Pacific Coast Trail or the Continental Divide Trail, they always talk about hiking your own hike, which means you go at your own pace that you're comfortable with. Endurance racing is the same thing. If you are consistent at Road Atlanta doing 1 minute 21s, and you can do that for 2 hours nonstop, it's a lot easier to plan for you, and it's a lot more comforting knowing, hey, they're going to do 121s consistent. We can relax. Don't feel pressured by your team or the race conditions to try to speed up or slow down. Just drive your race. And number 5, this is the big one, the very, very big one. Do no harm to your car. As in, don't entertain a dime bomb. As in, be careful in pit entry and pit exit. As in, don't put yourself in a situation where you could be 3 wide. The idea is picture a giant bubble around your car, and you want as few cars in that bubble as possible as you work your way through the race. Remember, endurance racing is a team event. That means you have teammates to answer for if you choose to make a rash decision. There it is, my 5 basic axioms that I practice when I do endurance racing. I hope this short video will help you in your preparation for Petit Le Mans and for future endurance races. If you like this video, make sure you like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube and on the sister channel of Twitch. And as always, my friends, take care of yourselves, take care of one another. God bless.